All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. What's up? Hopefully everybody is good. I'm joining Dr. Mia because listen, y'all saw me. She was on the backside of me yesterday. Let me tell you why she's on the backside of me. When you have to drink wine out of a shot glass because you just losing your mind, that's when you have to call Dr. Mia. Good evening, Dr. Mia. How are you? Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on. Dr. Mia,
I
you
am
got yourself on mute.
fantastic. How are you, comedian Joy? That was me. I had my little mute button on. How you doing?
I'm good. Look, do I need to put the pellet in you, Dr. Mia, so we can hear you?
Girl, I got mine, but I don't think it kicked in. I think I waited a little too long.
Listen, so we're gonna talk about this pellet because a lot of folks were saying, "What is she doing back there?" Joy, she gonna put it where? So we gotta talk about these hormones and sex because that's what that pellet do. If you don't want to do it, you got to get your hormones fixed. And when you get your hormones fixed, you want to do it, and then you want to be drinking wine out of a shot glass like I'm doing. Talk about this pellet and why in about 2 days I'm gonna be living my life like it's golden.
Girl, the pellet is amazing. I've been doing pellets at MiBella Wellness Center since 2014. Hey, and one of the reasons I got into pellets is because as a gynecologist, I take care of a lot of women in the 40s to 50s to 60s range. And a lot of them had so many of the same complaints: fatigue, problems with sleep, decreased libido, not enjoying intercourse anymore, mood changes, night sweats, hot flashes, joint pain, decreased focus and memory. So after hearing all those changes and trying to treat them the way that I was taught to treat hormones for women in residency and all of my medical school training, I realized that that doesn't work for the average woman. And so that took me on a little journey, and I did some research, and I found out about the importance of testosterone as well as estrogen. And then I found a wonderful way to deliver the hormones so that women can feel good throughout the day and not get a lot of ups and downs. And then, of course, once I treated my women and they were feeling good and they were getting frisky and their libido was increasing, of course, they noticed that their husbands and their significant others were having some of those same symptoms. And so they would start sending them over to me because everybody wanted a happy household. So it doesn't make sense for one person to have a great libido and to be happy and feel great, and the other person in the relationship can't do that because they're not balanced. So yes, hormones are for women and men. The forgotten female hormone is testosterone, and testosterone can fix all of those symptoms that make you feel like you're aging very quickly.
Now, this is the funny part. True story. I have been doing events with you, listen to you say the same speech for well over before you even had your baby. And
Yes.
your baby is a teenager.
12.
So, yeah, right. So I'm up here laughing at you because I'm like, because I was a lot younger. But it
Right.
was when I started getting older. I'm like, Dr. Mia, I got all of that. The sweats, the fatigue, the can't remember, the don't want to get out my face. I don't have no energy, Lord. Fix it, Jesus. Then I say, you know what? I want to try this pellet you keep talking about. And listen, that pellet has changed my whole entire life. You hear me? You
Yes.
have changed the lives of so many women in Birmingham alone.
Yes, and it is a wonderful feeling, including my own. So before I gave it to my patients, I went to training and I got my first pellet. That was back in July of 2014. Can I say life changing? Like, I didn't even realize how tired I was. I didn't realize how irritable I was. I didn't realize how anxious I was. I just thought night sweats and not sleeping was going to be a part of my life. I didn't realize how low my libido had gotten. I mean, all of these symptoms, but they come on so gradually. And then one day you look up and you feel horrible. But the good news is that we can check your hormones at MiBella Wellness Center, do a thorough history and exam, and figure out exactly what you need. I can dose you for you. And that's why I like the pellets, because I get a different dose from you and our numbers may be the same, but it's based on your weight. It's based on your activity. It's based on your hormone levels, your age, all of those things go into play. And so the benefit of the pellets over other hormones is that, one, they're plant-based, bioidentical. Two, they're customized specifically for what you need. 3, you don't have a lot of the ups and downs because they're long lasting. So most pellets for women are going to last anywhere from 3 to 4 months. I personally recommend just getting them every 3 months so you never have those lows. And for men, they last anywhere from 5 to 6 months. And for men, I recommend doing the 5 months because I notice if I try to go a little bit longer, I end up getting a lot of the lows and the fatigue while I'm waiting on my next pellet to pick up. So every 3 to 4 months for women, every 5 to 6 months for men.
And you have told me that more than one time. And so in between the pellets, we have to give blood work because you want to be able to see the levels. When your staff called me almost 2 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling fine. Okay, they're like, are you sure you need a boost? I promise it was not like 3 days after that. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know my name. I'm trying to drag. I'm struggling. And I got too much going on to be dragging. So anyway, I love your staff
Thank
because they
you.
was like, okay, Joe, we can get you today. I'm like, let me hurry up and put this bath on and so I can get down there. But people, they can actually go on your website that's scrolling at the bottom and book their appointment. In about 3 days, I'm going to feel like a whole new person
A whole new
because of this
person.
pellet. And so, like, if it's an injection that you get in your cheek, like top upper cheek part. And for some people, like, I don't want no shots. Listen, you also have a cream, but anybody got time to be remembering to rub some cream on every night?
Twice a day.
Twice a day? Oh, no, that ain't gonna work.
But we can do the pellet. It'll last you to 3 to 4 months. You're going to feel great. And the other part of it is it doesn't just increase your quality of life. It also improves health. So it decreases your risk of dementia, protects your bones, protects your heart. And the good thing about testosterone, estrogen does all 3 of those things. It protects your bones, protects your heart. But with testosterone, it protects your bones and your heart. It doesn't increase your risk of breast cancer. So if you are a breast cancer survivor, you can still use testosterone without negatively affecting your breast. Okay. And so I forgot what I was saying, but and the other benefit of the testosterone is it decreases your risk of dementia. So even though some women may not be able to do the estrogen and the progesterone because of their history, they can still always do the testosterone and have a wonderful quality of life and age well, and then, live a better life and be healthier.
So if you all are married, you need to show this to your husband because trust me, he is going to thank you. Some ladies say they can't afford it. Guess what? If your husband know about this pellet, I promise you, he's going to make sure you get this pellet not on time, but before time because he's going to be happy because you're going to be happy and y'all going to be happy when y'all turn them lights out. But if your husband needs some help in the bedroom, you have pellets for the men too, though, right?
Yes, honey. And we have a wonderful male intimacy specialist and coach by the name of Joseph W. Brown, who happens to be my wonderful husband. And he works with the men, especially those men who may not feel as comfortable. He can answer their questions, and they can go and follow him on Ageless Bows, BEAUX, with Joseph. And he gives lots of information on a regular basis to men so that they can definitely feel comfortable about their change in bodies. Because the reality is, as we age, our bodies change. And you can decide that you want to live traditionally and be miserable and have the belly fat and the joint pain and be tired and not want to have intercourse, or you can age the new way. You can age living a life of wellness, and that's when you're going to have the energy. You'll still be productive. You'll still have a great sex life. You'll still have that focus and memory. You can continue to excel professionally, as well as continue to have great relationships with your family, your children, and then your off-balance hormones won't negatively affect the people that you love around you.
And here's the thing, we got to do away with saying, well, this is part of getting old. I'm married and we're going to stop at 50. I'm old and I can't remember my mind going. You got to quit with that because the Bible tells us we're supposed to have long life, a long, full life. We have the mind of Christ. So you could be getting it on with your boo when you 102 if you go ahead and do what you need to do. It doesn't hurt because she numb you. I'm telling you, I don't know what I'm going to do without these. And let me tell you, I've been getting them so long, I know when Dr. Mia ain't going to be there because I know her. So the classic, you better not try to come up that classic week. You better get that thing before then because that's when she going to take off, honey. So yes,
right. I told her that last week, especially in 2021, since we missed it on last year. I mean, in 2021, since we missed it 2020, I'm going to be at the classic. So have your pellets in order. Okay. And then, you know what, Joy, a lot of people talk about the sexual part of it. And it's not just about sex. It's about feeling good. It's about being able to continue to remember and focus, to be in a good mood, to have energy, to keep the weight down. You realize that the reason we gain weight as we age is because the testosterone levels decline. And so you lose muscle and start gaining more belly fat. So now you don't have the energy to exercise. You're emotionally eating, so you're gaining weight, and you don't have any muscle. Your metabolism is slowing down and you're gaining weight. So testosterone is going to be a huge benefit for those people who really want to live well and age well through total wellness. So I can't just give you a pellet and you don't exercise and eat healthy and for your prevention and your screening. The pellets are a part of it. The intimacy solutions are a part of it, but we still have to focus on the weight management, the prevention, the screening, going to the doctor, listening to our bodies, and then just feeling like we're worth it. You know, for Mother's Day, my slogan was, you deserve it. You deserve to live a life of total wellness. You deserve to invest in your health, because investing in your health is investing in your wealth. You can't have wealth if you're unhealthy in America right now. The healthcare system is very expensive. Drugs are expensive. Seeing the doctor is expensive. It's time consuming. You lose money when you're sick. So the best things that we can do for ourselves and the people that we love would be to learn how to live a life of total wellness, maintain a healthy weight, get that exercise in. And it's easy to do all of that when you're hormonally balanced.
That's right. So when you feel good, you feel like exercising, you feel like walking, you feel like listening to your boo thing, you feel like saying, "Hey, can we go to bed a little early?" Because you feel like it. And you even remember your name as well as his name. So that's when
Exactly.
I
Right.
know when I'm just dragging, I promise you sometime I feel like Rain Man. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So that's when I know that I'm on track, but I promise you, when your staff say, looking at your levels, I'm be like, yeah, please schedule me, please, schedule me, please.
That's right. We want to feel
Yeah.
good and we want to age well, and time is money. I mean, who wants to be in the doctor's office waiting for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and going from doctor to doctor and doctor? And that's how you're spending the rest of your life after 50, is you're always at the doctor. You're always at the pharmacy taking all these medications, when all you have to do is change your lifestyle. And when you're hormonally balanced and you're taking the supplements and doing all of those lifestyle things that make you feel good, you're just going to age better.
Exactly. And so you're going to have a much better quality of life. So that's why I have no problem, hey, laying on the table with her behind me saying, listen, ladies, y'all need to just be like me for real. And this is how I continue to maintain the lifestyle that I have. So it is hard out here in these streets, but with
Right.
Dr. Mia, I can keep it moving. She has a wonderful staff that she's happy to try to maintain, seeing all these patients, because some days I'm sitting there like, I'm tired just looking at you. Them little 30 minutes I'm in there.
But honey, I'm pelleted. Okay. So with my testosterone being balanced and me taking my supplements and eating healthy and exercising regularly, all of those things contribute to me having the energy and the stamina to do all the things that I get to do, which not only include MiBella, but my family, and then being able to give back to my community and service my community.
Exactly. And I got to shout out the supplements, because I take your supplements. I know that has something to do with me and my weight loss. So I really hadn't talked about it. Later, about a month ago, I was in a car accident. I'm good overall, but that stopped me from working out. But
Yeah.
I still eat, but I don't overeat.
Right.
Usually I do my segments. I get a decent breakfast, as y'all can tell. And after that, I am good. And I still have lost some weight. And I'm definitely attributing that to those supplements. And hopefully
Yeah.
soon I'll be able to start back walking again. So again, it's the whole wellness package that she has to offer, and we just want to share this information with you. And Dr. Bear, you're always, 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 you're so involved. You're doing so many things, and so you have a webinar that's coming up. So let's talk about that.
So we have a wonderful webinar. It will be me and Joseph, and I'll be talking about the female stuff. He'll be talking about the male stuff. And the good thing is that we will be talking about how to live a life of wellness through a complete system. So again, it's not just the pellets. It's not just the weight management. It's not just taking supplements. It's all about the total package and living a life of total wellness, which includes your, focusing on your mood, making sure you have that energy, getting your pellets if you need them, taking your supplements that you need, monitoring your weight, eating healthy, and figuring out what works for you for your weight management, as well as the prevention and the screening component, and making sure you're doing all of those things as far as your screenings go, with your mammograms, with your colonoscopies, with you seeing your doctor, controlling blood pressure. So, it's so many things that we can do to live a life of wellness. Again, you do not want to invest all of the hard working money that you make into the healthcare system. But if you don't do these things now and do your prevention and screening and live a life of total wellness, you will be spending half of your money on the healthcare system. And who wants to do that?
I know. So when is this webinar again?
So the webinar is May 27th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that should be a Thursday. Look, let me confirm this day. Yes,
because you have been moving
at 7
today.
p.m. Central Standard Time. And we are going to be talking about innovative solutions so that you can live well, age well.
See, now, Katrina, you said that you're going to get this cream. She's going to be on my bus Friday. She was mad one time. I'm going to get the cream. I'm scared of shots. I'm telling you. She just written a book. Ain't nobody got time to be rubbing on cream on to my twice a day. Who got time for that? And I think she's a teacher. What's she gonna do? Take that cream and hit them kids with it at school? She just need to go ahead, make that appointment, show you her cheek. Girl, it's just a cheek, even a whole cheek at that. It's just the backside where you put your hand on your hip right there. She gonna see this right here. That's all. Bam, numb you. Bam, put it in. Put that gauze on there. Girl, you are good. In 3 days, it's like Jesus. You gonna rise again, honey.
And we do have people who start with the creams, and that's fine. And some people who stay on the creams, but there is a big difference between the creams and the pellets. But I say, if you're not going to do the pellets, at least at minimum, replace your hormones with the cream. And as long as you can stay on the schedule, it's going to be better than not doing anything. But I can say that it's not much that really compares with that pellet, because it acts like your ovaries did when they work. It puts out the testosterone as you need it. It goes by your cardiac output. It goes by your metabolism. And with the cream, you don't get those benefits. But again, I say, if you can't, some people may not be able to afford the pellet or don't feel like they're worth investing into themselves and their health and their wellness. And the cream is a little less expensive. But if you think about it, creams are anywhere from $50 to $80 per month. And the average pellet is $4.49 for 3 to 4 months. So it's not that big of a difference in cost, especially for the benefit and the huge improvement in your quality of life and how fast the pellets actually get rid of your symptoms, and that you don't get the ups and downs with the pellets that you may get with the creams. But again, rather than not do anything, at least do the cream. But I highly recommend the pellets, just because my patients who do pellets feel so much better.
And if you can't remember, how you gonna remember the cream if your memory gone? I have all kind of alarms up there because I can't remember. Listen, I have to literally focus and remember to take this blood pressure medicine on a daily basis. Then you talking about rubbing the cream on me and it's twice a day? No, ma'am, I'm not gonna be able to do all of that right there. So that's why I just go ahead. Listen, we catch up on old times while she back there, and then before I know it, I am out of there. And then in 3 days, just like Jesus, baby, honey, I am back on top of my game again.
So, and I know everybody doesn't want to do everything. So what I'll say is just make sure you come to the webinar on May 27th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link, Comedian Joe will put the link in the chat. And then just come to the webinar, learn, listen. Even if you don't decide to do some of the things that we offer at MiBella Wellness Center, at least you'll get some information and some education and some good tips on how to live a life of wellness so that you can live well and age well. I want to age well. I don't want to feel like a cranky old woman with hurt knees and irritable and can't remember, can't focus. I want to live a life of total wellness until I die. And I want to be able to have intimacy with my husband until I die. And that's the gift from God. And I plan to enjoy it until I can't. And hopefully that'll be when I'm in my grave or in the ocean in Jamaica with my ashes.
See, Michelle, listen, we done told you. Trust me. Listen, y'all trust me for food and liquor. Trust me on this pellet thing. Sarita, I'm telling you, in my 40s, that's when I was like, okay, what now? This is real what she been saying. I'm telling you, your whole life gonna be changed. So y'all think I'm playing over here. I am seriously not.
Right.
So
You
I just
don't
want
have
to
to
share
feel
with
like an old woman
right,
or
an old
man.
crazy woman. And some
Exactly.
of y'all had these night sweats. I don't deal with that. And sleeping good, baby. When that thing kick in, I sleep like a rock.
I know.
I'm
I
like, is
didn't
it time
realize
to get
that
up? Are you
sleeping was
kidding me?
right. I didn't realize sleeping was such a big deal until I hit probably about 35, 36, and I really noticed it by 38 because like I said, those symptoms come on so gradually, so you think you feel fine, and then you look up one day and you realize just how miserable you are. But you don't have to live like that. You just come see us at MiBella Wellness Center. Come listen to us at the webinar. We're going to give great information. Get your boo to come, because one of the most frustrating things that my patients experience is when they get their hormones right and their significant other doesn't have their hormones right, and so they can't enjoy all the benefits of the pellet. So you want to come as a team, as a couple. That's why we'll be talking about male wellness as well as female wellness, and couples as well as singles. We want to make sure that everybody lives a life of wellness. And even if you're not, into intimacy, you get so many other health benefits and quality of life benefits that is not just about the intimacy. But for me, that's a huge component.
Of course. But I just want to be at the top of my game. I want to at least know my full, real, legal name and where I'm supposed to be at. Just not all crazy and ditzy. So, and of course, I love the energy because when I'm like even trying to walk, trying to eat right, and I'm like, I am just dragging, then I know it is time to come and see you.
That's right.
That's right. Saving the relationships, Dr. Mia. That is what she is doing.
And
Um,
yes, I have patients well over 7. I think my oldest patient that still gets pellets may be 76, 77. But I'm sure that most of my patients who are getting them now will continue. And I plan on getting them until I just can't get them because, again, I have gone to meet the Lord.
Oh yeah, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna follow you wherever you go because I'm gonna need them. It's gonna be like on Seinfeld when they start with the sponge. Elaine collected all the sponges. If you ever hear some of them pellets, you better get them all because look, I'm gonna need them. That's all I'm going to say.
That's
I
right.
personally can't imagine life without it.
Yeah, it's no reason to live that way. It's no reason to be miserable and unbalanced. And I mean, we want to enjoy the life we have. Time is money. You know what I mean? Time is precious. You don't get time back. So think about all the time you're wasting when you're angry and upset and anxious and depressed and you're tired and you can't sleep. That's wasting time and not being productive and contributing to the world, which you should. So I just recommend come to the webinar, get some more information. We'll have a lot of detailed information on all the different things that you can do. And it won't just be about pellets because, again, I understand that everybody don't want to do that. But at least come and find out some other behavior modifications and lifestyle changes that you can make to live a life of total wellness.
And again, you can go to her website. I'm gonna pop that back up on the screen, and you can book your appointment. She does consultations for the male as well as the female.
And I even do virtual consultations. So for some people who are really busy, I have a lot of, people who are just busy and into their careers and they don't want to take off. So we can do a virtual consult. Initially, you go into the office, get the blood work, and then follow up with me in the office. So you're saving time. So we do virtual consults to get started as well as doing everything in the office when you need that too.
All right. So listen, y'all can share the video, tell your friends, anybody that's 40 or above, or your cranky 30-year-old friends, tell them to come over here and see Dr. Mia. Most importantly, don't forget the webinars on Thursday, May 27th. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And you can check it out right there. So she has made a believer out of me, Katrina, whichever way you decide to go. Listen, just get something, okay? But if you like me, you better go ahead and get that pellet, be in and out. You can be like, oh my goodness, you can write about 4 or 5 more books when you get that pellet.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so Dr. Mia, I know you had a long day, so thank you so much for taking time out to share what you're doing and all the fabulous stuff. And thank you for yesterday. Listen, when we can kiss people, I'm not gay, but I sure want to kiss you because that's how good that I felt every time I come see you. That's right.
All right. So y'all join us for the webinar. Get some great information because we want to live well so we can age well. Love you guys. It's Dr. Mia. Thank you, Joy.
It's my pleasure. Good night, everybody.
Good night.